My name is Jason Dunigan. I'm a member of Local 1912 and the chairman of the African American Task Force, and I work for Performance Contracts.
Big it up, big it up! Yep.
Before getting into construction, I've worked a ton of different jobs, washing dishes, serving food, cleaning rugs, oriental rugs. And that's kind of where my story started. A coworker texted me and said, hey, well, you could go work with my friend at a contractor delivering the sheetrock. I started going into the field and I don't know, I just loved it. It was like an interactive puzzle. So the time went by like that. Those 10-hour days felt like 8 and I was getting paid way more. I joined the union 3 years ago, so 2019. Since joining the union, I've seen some good changes in my life. When I started my apprenticeship, that was at Block L, and I took a huge pay hit from non-union to union. I was making so much money, but the overtime made up a huge difference with the checks. But when I came over to PCI, we were working 40 hours for a lot less, but in the long run, I've caught up to it and actually passing and have the trajectory to make a lot more than I was with them before. So honestly, I was working 3 jobs at one point to make up the difference. I have 2 kids, whatever is necessary to put food in their mouth. When I came over to PCI, they just seen that I had hustle. There's multiple times where I was at job site, I got on my bike and rode my bike to the job site. And those are those things that caught the people above me, they caught their attention, and they're like, well, there's nothing that's really gonna stop this kid from coming to work. Mom, I made it. Say what's up to the camera, Aldo.
What's cracking, man, what's cracking?
On top of that, it was a lot of volunteering for the positions that nobody wants to do, like leading the stretches in the morning, translating the meetings from Spanish into English for everybody else that's around me. Those are the things that kind of set me apart. When I initially got into the office, I was a purchasing agent, so I would go to the office and stay there my 8 hours, but since then, they've made me a project assistant and I'm working my way into a project engineer position. Even if you don't go that route, starting in the field, you can be working your way to being a business owner. Like, this is something where it's not like I have to go to school for so many years and then I get to start at square one. With the African American Task Force, we're actually going out to the events that are around the city and speaking to the youth. Arizona Construction Career Days was one that we went to, and a lot of those kids are seniors about to graduate and they're taking those construction classes in the school. And I tell them, like, yeah, it just feels like you're doing classwork and homework, but at the end of the day, what you have in front of you is a direct path to a 6-figure income. The mentorship programs that we have through the AATF is something that I believe everybody can benefit from. Our main focus is really how do we build credit? Once we have credit, how do we leverage that to get you into a home? The main difference between our economy and others is that we are not homeowners and more so renters. We want to kind of change that because you can through hard work.
Big it up, big it up! Yep.
When I think of Black history, the 2 main figures that really step out in my mind are definitely Martin Luther King and Marcus Garvey as well. This is somebody who is just focused on the economy and building the wealth of our actual sector of the American economy. I am 100% undoubtedly about the Black community, but because I love myself and my community does not mean that I have hatred for anybody else or that this is a competition between the 2. I really want to see the dream through that everybody can be a standing figure for different communities and sit at the same table, shake hands, and come up with plans that affect everybody positively. The advice that I would give to a future member is to really practice your foresight. A lot of guys come on the site and see it as just another job when this is very much a career. You're not going to see the outcome within 2 weeks, 3 weeks of you being here. You have to keep in mind that you're learning a skill and trade that will follow you for the rest of your life. So you actually have to take the time to download everything that's being taught to you and set yourself up for the future.